What? What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Doolie Show. I'm your host, Doolie, and today I did something that I should not have done. That's right. Whether you've been paying attention or not, over the course of about the last month or so, I have watched the entirety of the series Avatar The Last Airbender. Now, I'm no expert or anything, but it was pretty good. I liked it. So when I was flipping through Netflix and I happened to see The Last Airbender movie, I was like, Now, of course, I'm not entirely out of the loop when it comes to this. I know that the movie does not get a lot of love, but I, with my superior intellect, decided to go and watch the movie so that I could really see if it's that terrible. And let me tell you, that's the only word that I can use to describe it. Now, originally, I was going to watch this movie in the same way that I watched the TV series, where I'm just kind of reacting to things. But I don't want to put you through that, and so what I'm going to do instead is just kind of explain the movie as best I can while sparing you having to actually watch it. You're welcome. To start off, I want to be as positive as possible. So let's talk about the things that I liked about this movie. The Fire Nation ships look pretty cool. Yeah. That's about it. Let's start this off with a reintroduction of one of the best part of the series, the characters.
Is it okay if you tell me your name?
The monks named me Ong.
What?
Ong.
What?
Ah!
It's Aang.
Ong.
Aang.
What is it, Ong?
Aang.
Ong was practicing.
What are you doing? Just say Aang. It literally took me one episode to learn how to properly say his name. Who made this movie, and how did they not watch the actual show?
Ong needs to ask you something.
Aang! Then we, of course, have Katara and Sokka, and they're a little bit paler than I remember them being in the TV show, but,
Sure, I guess.
Oh, and also,
Sokka.
who did this?
Sokka became concerned.
Who did this? Okay, well, these two spend the whole movie looking like this. Yes! Nailed it! Put me in a movie! That's how you act. They don't really say that much in the movie, so I'd pretty readily say that them making faces is kind of one of their big main characteristics. Can you imagine you get a role in Avatar The Last Airbender and you're like, oh man, the TV show did such a good job developing the characters, I can't wait to act this, and you get there and the director's like, yeah, so just make this face the whole time. What? I'd be disappointed. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. And over here we have Zuko, who has hair, not the ponytail thingy he had in the show, but I can't bring myself to care anymore.
My name is Iro. My name is Iro.
They can't even say Avatar right.
So, are you the Avatar, Ong?
Yes, the Avatar will bring me a banana. Wingardium Leviosa. Honestly, I would have liked this movie at least twice as much if they could have said Aang's name right. Just once. Just once! Okay, so let's get into the meat of the movie. The story. The movie starts off with Katara waterbending, like in the show, but let me tell you, this scene made me incredibly uncomfortable. And I really don't mean to be nitpicky here, but I'm just trying to figure out what genius thought it was a good idea for it to be dripping water the whole time. That's not a terrible thing, per se, except for the fact that the ball doesn't change size at all. You know how, like, when water is poured out of something, there's less water in that thing that you've poured water out of? That's not the way this ball works. There's this thing called suspension of disbelief, and that's why I can watch superhero movies with lasers and flying people and be fine. Be like, oh yeah, this could happen in real life. I view this as a real movie. But there's also this thing called physics. in reality. And the reality is, that ball should not be the same size. Why is it like this? Anyways, Katara and Sokka go out hunting, and while they're out there, they see something glowing under the ice. They're like, what's this? I don't know, what should we do? What happened to us if I hit it with stick? Ah! How did this happen? Ah, surprise! There's an iceberg.
Do not hit that spear!
The iceberg opens up. Inside, there's this weird creature and a boy. And the boy's dead. The end. Okay, fine. So the movie keeps on going. They take Aang to the village, but they skip all the talking that happened in the TV show. You know, like the development of the characters. They skip that. But Katara and Aang talk for a second.
I was just upset. Thanks for saving me.
Lucky.
That's what I say to people who thank me too. Hey, Dooley, thanks for letting me borrow your pencil. Lucky. And I noticed this throughout the movie. There's some really weird cuts, and there's one right here where Aang is about to say something. He's like doing something, and the movie just like cuts. They're just having this nice little conversation, and then all of a sudden, there's a Fire Nation ship. I don't think it's entirely unrealistic, but I just find it funny how, you know, they were by water, and they were by water, and in the show the village was by water, and here the fire ship is just like. I don't know how they know where to go, since, you know, in the show there was a flare from a Fire Nation ship because it was booby trapped. Booby. But here the Fire Nation just right through the whole Arctic until they find one random village. So, whatever. This is where we're introduced to the Fire Nation and Zuko. Zuko likes to talk to himself.
I am Prince Zuko.
What? I can't hear you.
I am Prince Zuko.
Did you say something? Was it important? I don't know who he's talking to here, but he's definitely not talking loud enough for anybody to hear him.
Bring me all your elderly!
Put me in a movie! The Fire Nation finds Aang. Zuko's like, I'm going to make you come. And Aang is like, okay. So they leave, and then Katara's like, oh, he's our responsibility. We gotta go save him, because we found him. And Sokka's like, dude, you talked to him for like a minute. But okay, that buffalo's flying, so let's do it. So then Aunt May, or should I say, Aunt Ma, is all like,
The Fire Nation doesn't wish to live by the spirits. That's why they are so frightened by the existence of the Avatar.
They never really do a good job of explaining this like they do in the first 2 minutes of every episode of the TV show. So here you might ask yourself, why is the Fire Nation attacking everybody? Is it because they want to dominate the world and be the superior element? No. Ghost goes, boo. Fire Nation goes, ah! And they set everybody else on fire.
He will begin to change hearts.
Okay. Aang escapes. They go to the Southern Temple. For some reason, there's a dragon spirit that he talks to. That's not really ever explained. General Zhao is introduced. And I know it seems like I'm moving fast here, but this all literally happens in like 5 minutes in the movie. So it's moving just as fast there. And then we get to my favorite line in the movie.
That child is being arrested.
For what?
He was bending tiny stones at us from behind a tree. It really hurt.
He hit me with a tiny rocket. It really hurt.
It really hurt.
Love that guy. Anyways, now they're all arrested. They get taken to the prison camp where they're keeping all the earthbenders, you know, in a place where there's plenty of earth for the earthbenders to use, but they don't. It's time for a prison break scene! Now, I've never been to prison before, I'll admit, so I'm not entirely an expert on this, but I am 99% sure that I can confirm that you can push guards whenever you want, because guards are always nice to prisoners. But not only that, but this whole interaction is just so awkward, so stilted, and weird.
Leave him alone!
But whatever, let's go. It's fight time. Fight, 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 fight. What? What? Okay, you know what? I'm on board with the Fire Nation now. I would keep the Earthbenders there too. They are not a threat. this fire here, that was really slow. I swear, I did not slow that down. That fire was moving at 2 miles per hour. I could literally outwalk that fire. This is so sad. Really though, the person I would be most scared to fight has to be Sokka. That dude is not playing games. But the part I love most about this fight are all of the people who just kind of stand around and stare at each other and don't actually do anything. That's my kind of fighting. That's how I would fight. So the prison break ends up being a success, and Aang is like,
I ran away before they trained me to be the Avatar. I don't know how to bend the other elements.
we have to go learn them. While the camera is like right here. Can you feel the drama of the moment? That's okay. I don't need a forehead. Now, I don't mean to be rude, but I've seen all of the bending in the movie now. And let me tell you, I don't think you need to know the rest of the elements. I'm just being honest here. Earthbenders can only poop tiny little rocks. The firebenders are absolutely useless unless there's a fire somewhere that they can use. That's right, they don't create their own fire. Like in the TV show, they have to carry around like 2 sticks so they can... Just give me a minute here. Starting the fire. Just 1 second. I can't fight yet. 1 minute, dude. Sorry. Just give me 1 second. Waterbenders are alright, I guess. I mean, compared to the other elements, they're pretty powerful. But nothing can compete with air. I mean, airbending is just straight OP. Aang is sending dudes flying left and right, and there is nothing anybody can do to stop him. Unless they, like, attacked him while he's... you know, doing a single move. The fighting in this movie is just disappointing. I don't know how they took this awesome idea and made it so absolutely lame. But now they're heading to the Northern Water Tribe. They're doing some water bending around the way. So you look at Katara. Oh my gosh, she's bending the river and making it go like a river goes. Nice moves. I think at some point I kind of like fell asleep here or just wasn't paying attention to what was going on. Aang gets captured, so now we get a quick blue spirit story. Or should I say, blue spirit? What? A pirate? No, a spirit. A spirit? Yes, a blue spirit. And once again, the fighting in this movie is just so disappointing. There's so much awkward movement, and it's all so slow and unrealistic that it hurts. I do like this group of dudes teabagging, though. Also me in a fight. What do we do, guys? Do we attack him? No, just keep teabagging, bro. This'll show him. So then Zuko gets exploded. Iroh throws a lady into the debris. He literally just grabs her and chucks her into the debris. They make it to the Northern Water Tribe. Her head looks like a pee-pee, and her eyes are very blue. Not gonna lie, though. The Northern Water Tribe, it actually looks pretty sick. I will hand them that. They did a decent job with that. We're only like halfway through the movie. Oh my gosh. Okay, now Aang and Master Paco are playing with their balls. And honestly, I don't know what this part is supposed to mean. They just kind of stare dramatically. And so you just have to assume something happened. But you don't really know what it was. There was water moving, and then everybody's like... don't know what that was about. Now the Fire Nation is coming, so they have to get ready to fight. Aang decides to go meditate.
To get your airbending tattoos, you have to meditate for long periods of time. Some of the great monks can meditate for 4 days.
One time I went outside. I got in my car. And I went to a place. And I got some tacos. They were nummy. So the Fire Nation is here. The Water Tribe holds a singing concert for them. Zuko fights. Katara dies. Like, slammed into a tree with fire. Dead. They fight. He kills a fishy. Iroh's like... and he makes his own fire. So basically he becomes the most powerful firebender in the entire galaxy. Princess Yue takes a nap and goes out to fight the Fire Nation ships. You know, like in the TV show when he went into ultimate mode and absolutely destroyed. Except for this time, he just makes a big wave. He doesn't actually hit them with it. He just makes a big wave. And the Fire Nation is like, oh, that's really scary, man. And they literally just leave. But they leave people behind. So I guess they're just part of the Water Tribe now. I don't know. This movie doesn't explain anything. And, oh cool, Katara's still alive, I guess, and not burnt at all from fire hitting her in the face. Okay. And they set up Azula, because there is going to be a sequel. I don't know if you noticed, but I kind of just skipped through the whole last hour of the movie. That's really how it felt, though. Now, I'm okay with adaptation. I don't have issue with that, but they just didn't do it here. They went through the story so fast, there was no character development. You know, they took the parts about the TV show that made it good, like the characters, the development they had, any kind of story progression that actually makes sense, and they threw it out the window and said, let's call him Ong, and let's make this crappy. People will love that. Everything is ultra dramatic, and there's really no humor to be seen.
It really hurt.
Except for this guy. Love that guy. But I don't think that was meant to be funny. It was just actually bad writing. And the fight choreography just looks so clumsy and embarrassing and stupid. Nothing makes sense. Nothing is ever explained. They just move forward at 100 miles per hour. And honestly, if you haven't seen the TV show, you will be so lost. I kind of wish I had seen this movie before I saw the TV show, just so that I could be even more confused. How crazy would that be? But at the same time, I'm so glad that I watched the show so that I could know it was good before I watched this piece of shit. Really, I just feel a bit insulted. The actors, there's no good acting in this movie. It's also emotionless. It was like they were directed to just sit there with a bland look on their face or an over-exaggerated It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was I'm just glad that there is no second movie, so we didn't have to see them ruin, you know, the characters that we all know and love. You know, Ma. Like, I really just don't understand how this movie got made. They adapted the full first season. There's plenty of story, but there's no tension. There's no emotion. I feel nothing except for bored. And a little bit hungry too, maybe. All things considered, I do wish this could have been a good movie, but maybe some things just aren't meant to be live action. If anything, this made me appreciate the TV show even more for what it was and what it did. So in a way, I guess the movie kind of did one good thing by being so bad. And there you go. That's the movie. That's all she wrote. If you've already seen that movie and you felt the pain, go ahead and smash that like button to show them who's boss. It'll help me out. You could also hit the subscribe button if you wanted to. There's lots of buttons for you to press. You know, you can press some buttons on your keyboard too if you want to leave a comment. It would be fantastic. Till I see you next, guys. Hang in there, and peace out.